Absolutely. It is quite evident that there's a genocide happening in Gaza right now. That Israel has clearly violated so many parts of the Geneva Conventions. We see videos from journalists in Gaza of buildings that are housing civilians being bombed, children who are being indiscriminately slaughtered. We see pictures of men being rounded up and are stripped and kneeling on the ground. All of these clear just violations of human rights are happening in front of the world, and the U.S. government and so many other Western governments continue to fund Israel despite all of that.
I think it's an unjust, apartheid-esque killing of masses of people. That is a genocide.
Unequivocally, yeah, I think so. I think not only just under the definition of international law for genocide, like intentional displacement, the removal of children from families and organizations and society in general, and kind of like the attempt to culturally and physically destroy the next generation. I think even in just the popular understanding of genocide, I think this is genocide. It's just happening at maybe a slower pace than what Americans think genocide is. I think most people would agree that the Holocaust is the worst genocide in history, but that doesn't mean that nothing can hold a candle to it in terms of it being genocide. I think that what's happening now is an ongoing one, and in 40 years, the people who said nothing will realize that it was genocide, except then it will be too late to do something about it.
I think they're justified. Based on what I've read, it seems like a fair case, and I guess the International Court of Justice will tell us what the final verdict is. I think it's probably the right call. I mean, I have to read into it a little bit more, like you said, today. So I've only just read the headlines, unfortunately. I wish I could give you a more detailed answer. But based off of what I read, I think it checks out, and I agree with him. I think it's a challenging decision to make because of all the political implications. Not that it's like picking a side, but it does seem to be a really divisive domestic political issue as well as an international one. I think it's the right decision, but we'll see.
What's happening is honestly genocide. And I have a lot of Palestinian friends, so I'm very involved. And we had a lot of protests on campus about what's going on. The people have nothing to do with the conflict. They're literally being targeted because they live there. And it's a situation that wasn't even started by them, but they're seen as collateral. Humans are seen as collateral damage in the big scheme of things, and that's not right. I think it's a positive development, but I still don't think it's enough because charges, again, are just charges. Doesn't mean that anything will be done to fix what's going on. I don't think anything can really be done to fix the lives that are being lost.